Daniel here for Tabletop for One. Please join me at the table as I teach and play through World Wonders. And I thank you for joining me for this tutorial and solo playthrough of World Wonders, a game by Mendes and Arcane Wonders. And this game came to me from Arcane Wonders as a review copy. But I wanted to show you a tutorial solo playthrough because I really enjoy this game and it's been a lot of fun so far. So I just want to show you what it's all about. Now in World Wonders, you are tasked with building out this city and building out these great wonders in the city. In the solo mode here, you're going to be facing off against an AI, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game will win the game. And so let's go into setup here. Now the first thing you're going to need is one of the player boards, and you can use either side. We'll play it on this side here showing the river. And then you'll need a resource tracking board, and then the tile board here. We'll place it right here. Next, you'll need one of each of the resource trackers, and so we'll place the gold in the 7 spot here. It'll be at the 7 spot at the beginning of every round, and then the others go in the 0 spot on the track. Next, you'll shuffle all the tile sizes shown on this board here, and then place those tiles in each of those spots. There'll be 10 tiles in each stack. Then you'll take one long road and set it right here, and then you'll have a set of small roads, and it's 2 of the 1x2s and 1 of the 1x1s, and you'll place it right there. You'll also place a tower here, and then you'll shuffle the Wonders deck, and you'll place 2 right here, face up, and there'll always be 2 face up, so anytime that one gets removed, you immediately draw another one to replace it. And then we'll have the Automa deck, and you just shuffle that and have that ready to go. All the Wonder tiles, as well as extra road tiles, can be off to the side. And then the last thing we need is we need one of the loans. We'll just set this up here next to the roads. You can take a loan during the game, but you can only ever take one at a time. And then we'll need a road that we're going to place on the board, which I'll explain as I talk about placement rules. And then you'll have this player aid here, which talks about how things can be placed, as well as the other side here that talks about the costs of different things. And the last part of setup is you take the top tile of each of these and you flip it over and have it revealed. This will be the market by which you can buy tiles. And that's it for setup. Now once again, the goal of the game is to get the most points, and you're going to compete with the AI for the points. There are 2 modes to the AI. The easy mode has the AI totaling your 3 resources, the green, red, and blue. You total those values and that becomes the AI score for you to beat. The hard mode includes those values again, but any of the monuments that the AI takes, each ring on those cards, that'll count as 1 point for the AI. So in this game here, we will be doing the hard mode. We'll be trying to beat the AI on the hard mode, so it'll score all 3 resources and any rings of any monuments it takes. Now the way you score points is easily shown on the player board here. The first option on the player board is you score points based off of these rings here on this white track. This is the population track. You score as many as you have reached, and so you can score as a maximum of 3. The next one here tells you that you get as many points as the lowest of these 3 resources. So if green was at 10, red was at 9, and blue was at 10, then you would score 9 points. The next one here scores you points based off of the monuments you built, and so each of the monument cards again will have a ring on it, and each of those rings is worth 1 point. The next one here on the list tells you that any of the natural resources that are visible and have one side covered on it, so let's say I built this road here, then this would count as 1 point. So you just have to build something next to one of the natural resources and you'll gain that point, so there's a maximum of 10 points on the board. And then this last one here is 1 point per building that is covered on all sides. So let's say I had placed this building here and I had built a road here and maybe a road here. At this point, this building is covered on all sides by the river and by the roads, and so I would score a point for that. Natural resources also count for covering those sides as well. And so that's how you score points. You'll total those up and compare them to the AI, and whoever has the most points will win the game. Now the way the turn works is on the turn, the AI will go first, and so the AI will flip over a card, we'll do the action of the AI, and then it'll go to your turn. You'll buy a tile, spending your resources, or if you can't buy anything else or can't spend anything, you'll pass, and that'll end the round. But you go back and forth until you run out of gold to spend. And once you've run out of gold, the round ends, and you'll go to the end of turn phase, and then you'll start a new round. And you're going to go 10 rounds total, which counts for the total of tiles in each of these stacks. So you're going to go through all these tiles before the end of the game. And so let's talk about the AI's turn here. The AI, all you do is you're going to flip over a card, and it's going to tell you actions that it wants to do. The priority starts from top to bottom, and you're only going to do the first available action it can do. So this action says that it's going to take that tile. So it'll take that tile of that shape from the market and discard it. Now, if you can't take that tile, let's say I had bought that tile and built it somewhere out in my city, then it would do the next option. And if you can't do that option, it'll do the third and final option. And so the third and final option on here often is to take a monument. And so when it takes a monument, it's going to tell you if it's going to take the left card or the right card. And so you just follow the arrow on that card, take that, and you're going to discard it. Well, in the hard mode, you're going to set it aside. That's going to be the AI's scoring pile. And that's pretty much it for the AI. It's fairly straightforward to operate. Now, on your turn, you have a variety of options you can do. And once again, they're outlined here on this card. So you can buy different things. You can buy a road or a set of small roads for 1 coin. You can buy a pedestal, but this is only in multiplayer, so ignore that one. You can buy a tower for 2 gold. You can buy a building for the building cost. Now, the building cost is different for each of these buildings, and so you're going to see that above it here, it tells you how many coins each of those buildings cost. It's also printed on the board itself, so whenever you run out, it shows you how many it's going to cost. So the highest one costs 5 coins, where the lowest one costs 2. And then the last thing you can do is you can build a monument, assuming you can follow the monument's building requirements. But what happens there is you spend all your remaining gold. It doesn't matter how much gold you have, as long as you have at least 1 gold, you can spend all your remaining gold to build that monument. And so once again, when you're out of gold, you go on to the next round. But when you do that, we discard all the building tiles. We reveal new building tiles from the stacks. We replace any road tiles that were taken, purchased, or discarded. We replace the tower if it was purchased. And then you return your gold marker back up to 7. And then it'll start a new round with the AI going first once again. Now, one thing to note is that you can take a loan at any time on a turn. You can take a loan, and that's going to give you an extra 2 coins. So you can take it at the beginning or during your turn, and basically you're going to add 2 coins. So let's say I was at 4 coins and I wanted to take a loan. I would add this loan to my inventory, and then I would add 2 coins to my current total. It's only for that round, so you don't get a maximum of 9 coins every round. It's just for that round. And on top of that, in order to pay it off, you actually have to spend 3 coins. If you don't pay it off by the end of the game, you lose 2 points. So do bear that in mind. You might want to take a loan in order to do a big turn, especially if the market of tiles is something that's really worth going for, but later on you're going to have to pay for it. All right, so now that we know how the turns work, let's talk about how do we build out our city here. So the first thing before even the game starts is you're given 1 road, and you got to place this road. Now, once again, you're going to use your player aid here to help remind you of how roads get placed. So roads here can be placed next to other roads, or they can be placed next to the sidewalk at the bottom of your map here. There's only 1 sidewalk here at the bottom of your map. And then they can be placed next to towers. Now, towers themselves can be placed next to anything you've built. And then buildings can only be placed next to roads or other buildings of the same type. And you'll see there are different types based off the different colors as well as letter codes for each of those. Now, there are some rules for placing roads. One, you can't place a road onto a river to where the road ends on a river. If you place a road over a river and its first space and its last space are land, but any one of the spaces in between is a river, you can actually flip this over and it becomes a bridge. And so that's the main way that you cross rivers. Now, one thing to note is that this bridge tile still remains a road tile when it comes to adjacency rules and stuff like that. So you can still place roads next to that. So I could place this road later on right here, since it would be adjacent to another road. The bridge is still counting as a road. Just understand that I cannot place this starting tile right here in this space here because that ending space is on water. And you can't end a road space on water. But I can actually place it in this corner here, and I think that's where I'm going to start it off, is placing it in this corner here. And so it's going to cross over the water at that point. We have a starting and ending space on land, and so that'll be my bridge placement. Now, once again, as I add roads later on, I either have to attach them to existing roads, or attach them to the sidewalk, or attach them to towers. So if I bought this road, let's say in the first turn, I could place it over here like so if I wanted to. And then if I want to build a building, I have to place a building next to a road. So it could go here, or it could go over here like this. It just has to be adjacent at least 1 space next to a road. Now, adjacency is always one space up, one space down, one space left or right from that piece. And so it's never diagonal. So I could not place this building in this space here because that is diagonal to the road and therefore not adjacent. But if I placed it here, this would be a legal placement since at least one part of its side is adjacent to that road. Now, anytime that you build a building, you are going to gain the resources shown on that building. So you just move your resource markers up that many spaces. It could be multiple spaces, like this one here moves the food up 2 and pottery up 2. So you just move it up along those tracks. Anytime that you reach one of the spots that shows a population marker on these 3 tracks here, then you'll move the population up that track. Monuments themselves also offer sometimes a boost to your resources, increasing those by 1 space each. So this one increases the population track and this one increases the pottery track. Now let's talk about the monuments. So on these cards here, first of all, you have the different pieces that come with it. So the Great Wall of China is these 3 pieces here. You have their reward as shown, a point value and possibly a resource. And then you have a layout shown and what type of land it needs to be on. So this one just shows normal land that it wants to be on, and it's telling you that each space must be adjacent to one of the other spaces. And then down here at the bottom here, it shows you that they also must be adjacent to these kinds of things here. Now, a single piece of a monument, if there are multiple pieces, can account towards one adjacency. So let's say, for instance, I had placed this building here, this H building, which is a requirement of the Great Wall of China, and decided to then build the Great Wall of China. I could take these pieces here and place them. Let's say I placed a wall right here. Immediately that wall is adjacent to a natural resource, a road, and that building, so it completely fulfills the requirements shown on this card. So these other 2 pieces only need to follow this diagram here, which says that they need to be adjacent to one of the other pieces, so they can't be separated. So I could, if I wanted to, place it like this, and then like this if I wanted to, or, like this, or all the way up here like that, however I wanted to do that. So you get to choose kind of how that goes with the ones that have multiple pieces. Now this other one here, the Port of Carthage, wants to be on at least 1 water tile. And so you do have to keep that in mind. Now it also wants to be next to one of the orange buildings and a road, but it fills up 9 squares, and these squares that show green and blue can either be land or water. So in that case here, I could place it right here, assuming I had an orange building somewhere along here and a road next to that port. But of course, in this situation, I don't. And I'll kind of go over all these as we go along, just to kind of give you an idea of how they work. Now let's talk about the significance of towers. See, at some point, you might be in this situation where you've built a building next to a road, and later on you want to build a road somewhere out here. Let's say I wanted to build a road out here. I could then place a tower next to something that I built before, a tile that I placed before. So I built this building here. I could buy a tower and place it right here, and then later from that point, I could branch out up to 3 roads from this point. So let's say I bought these 3 here, and then I could branch these 3 out like so because they're connected to a tower. Again, following the rules here on this tile, it tells you that roads can be put next to towers, but towers can only be put next to tiles that have been previously built. So you can't build a tower out in the middle of nowhere. It always has to be built next to something that's been previously built, but it does help you get roads out in areas that are otherwise inaccessible or not easily accessible. All right, so that's the vast majority of rules. So once again, the AI is going to take the first turn, I'll take a turn, then the AI is going to take a turn, and so on until I run out of money, go to the end of phase, start a new round, keep going for 10 rounds, and then see who's the winner at the end of those 10 rounds. And I did fail to mention that the game can also end if you reach the end of the population track, this final space of the track. At the end of that round, the game would then end. But I have not done that yet in solo, so that's why I failed to mention it. All right, and so we're ready to start. So the AI is going to draw their card, and oh man, this is not good. So they're going to take all the roads. See, they take the long road plus the short set. And so they take all these tiles out. I won't see them till the next round. So that leaves me with very little options here, especially with the way I placed my road. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to do next. I think I'm going to buy this one here. This one's going to cost me 4 coins, and I'm going to end up placing it right here. So we'll spend the 4 coins, brings me down to 3. It gives me 2 of the blue resource and 1 of the red resource to start. Now that's going to end my turn, and then I have to flip over the AI's card now. And so now they're going to take the square tile, so that's gone. Then we go on to my turn. Now I have $3 to spend, and I'm not sure what to spend it on, But really, I think I'm going to buy this tower because I'm going to need this tower a little bit later. And so I think I'm going to place it right here. See, I know it seems like an odd place to place it. Well, maybe right here. Yeah, I'll place it right there. Now that tower cost me 2 coins. And then we go on to the AI's turn here. The AI is going to take the tower and the L-shaped tile. Now it only has the L-shaped tile, so it'll just take that one. And there's nothing I can do right now. I need roads. I don't have any roads. So I think I'm going to end my turn there. And that means I'm going to forfeit the remaining $1 that I had. And so we'll go to the end of round. The AI doesn't get any more turns at this point. We discard the remaining tiles here. Then we repopulate the tiles. And we repopulate the roads in the tower. And then we give ourselves 7 gold again. All right, we're ready for the new round. And the AI goes first. And so they're going to take this tile here and discard it. And then for my turn, I'm going to take the road here. It cost me $1 to take the road. Again, you can reference this card here to see the cost, but it's also printed on top of the tile board. And so I'm going to place this road right here. The road can go adjacent to the tower, and so we'll place it right there. Now it's the AI's turn, and they're going to discard this one here. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to get that so I could build the port of Carthage, but too late on that. Now it's my turn, and I want to set myself up to build the Great Wall. And so I need this building here to do that. So I will spend the $3 for that. That is going to bring me down to 3. And I think I'll place it right here. I hope that's the right call. Now that's going to give me 1 green resource and 1 of the red resources. Now it's the AI's turn, and they're going to get rid of the shorter roads. Ah, that's too bad. I needed those. Back to my turn now, and I think I'm going to buy this tower here. So this tower is going to cost me 2 gold, and I'll place it right here. Then we go on with the AI's turn, and they're going to take, oh, they don't have that tile there, but they'll take this one here as the second choice. And then I have 1 gold remaining. I'm going to spend that gold to build the Great Wall of China. All right, so in placing this here, it needs to be all on land, and it needs to be next to a natural resource, as well as a road, and as well as one of the white buildings. So my first one is going to be placed right here. Then my second one, I almost feel like I should place it, I guess I don't need to place it over here. So I'm going to place it over here, and then my third one right here. And then I gain this card into my inventory, but I also gain this bonus of 1 increased population. Again, increasing population is good. It helps end the game, but it also gives me points as I move towards these rings here. And we immediately replace this card here. Now we have the aqueduct. And the aqueduct here wants to start and end on land, but it can have water in between, water or land. So it's totally up to you on that. But it does need to be adjacent to water in some way, shape, or form, and adjacent to roads and the green building. Since I spent all my money, we are at the end of the round, so we're going to discard these tiles and replenish everything. All right, so we're ready for the new round. The AI goes, and they're going to get rid of the big buildings to start. Now, looking at my opportunities here, I want to build the port of Carthage. It needs to be next to a road as well as an orange building. So in order to make that happen, the first thing I want to do is buy a road. So I'm going to buy this road here. And I forgot to give myself a 7 gold again. So down 1 gold to 6. I'm going to place this road like a bridge here across the water. Next up is the AI's turn, and they're going to get rid of the square building. That was the building I was going to go for. Now that it's my turn, I guess I have to go for that orange building. So that one's going to cost me 4, bringing me down to 2. And I think I will place it, I should probably place it like this. Yeah, I'll place it like that. Now that's going to give me 2 pottery, which I've crossed over a population marker, but I'm also getting 1 of the tech here, and that gives me another population marker, so this moves up twice. Now it's the AI's turn, and they're going to choose the long road. There's no long road. They'll choose this building here. All right, so I have 2 gold left, and I'm tempted to get these short roads, because that only cost me 1 gold, but the AI might take this out from under me. But, you know, it's probably worth the risk. I'll spend the 1 gold, get these roads here. Let's see where I can place these. I'm going to place these 2 here because what that does is help cover the sides of this building here. I just need to cover 1 more side here, and I can do that later with a road that covers the bridge. Or I could, if I wanted to, just place this one right here right now. And maybe that's a better option. And then for the other road, I think I'm just going to place it out here. Just give myself some area to build if I need to. All right, now it's the AI's turn. And they're going to take the little roads. They can't, so they're going to take the left monument. Woo! I was close on that one. Now they're going to score a point for that at the end of the game, so that's unfortunate. But now we get to see a new monument, see what we get. And it's the Ishtar Gate, and it needs to be next to a blue building and next to a road, and only takes up 2 spaces. So that's kind of a nice building. But here we are on my turn, spending the remaining gold that I have, which is only 1 gold, to build the port of Carthage. And yeah, this is going to be great. It's going to give me 1 on the pottery, so that's moving on up. Then we get to add this. Now this needs to be in a night and space area next to a road and next to the orange building, and at least 1 space covering water. And so we're going to place it right here. And then we replace this card here. And now we have the Moai. And these are interesting. So the Moai are a single space item that need to be 1 space apart from each other. And you can do this in an L shape or a straight line like that. But at least one of them has to be next to a natural resource and one of them has to be next to a road. All right, so that's the end of the round. We're going to replenish this and start the new round. All right, so the AI is going to start and they're going to reshuffle. So this card here just tells you to reshuffle their deck, and then you're going to draw the new card that's on top of the deck. And that drawn card is that one there, so it's going to get rid of this building. All right, so I definitely want to go for one of these monuments here. And I could go for this one fairly easily because I can place them over here, 1, 2, and 3 like that, or something like that, or 1, 2, and 3. Either way, I can place those there. So I'm not worried about getting this one. So in the meantime, I kind of just want to build out my city. Now I don't have much food. I need to remind you that the resources here at the end of the game, the lowest one scores. And so right now I'm only getting 1 point, and that's out of food. So I definitely want to build food. And so I think I'm going to build this building here. And so this one's going to cost me 3, and I'm going to place it right here because I can place it next to the road here, and that's going to gain me 2 food, which also increases my population marker up by 1. Now it's the AI's turn. They're going to take the square one out. Back to my turn. If I take this building right here and place it in that spot, then all 3 of these buildings are completely covered on all sides and will score points at the end of the game. So I think that's really good. That's going to cost me 2 gold, and I'll place it right here. And then I gain 1 of the blue resource. Now it's the AI's turn, and they're gonna take this tile here. All right, back to my turn. So I have 2 gold left. I could take this and go with it, or I could build some roads. You know, I don't think it's a bad idea to try and build some roads, so let's do that. I'll spend 1 gold. Now the question is, which road do I want? Probably the big one right now. And I think I'm gonna bridge across over here, like this. All right, now it's the AI's turn. And they're going to take the long road. They can't, so they're going to take the right monument, the one I wanted to build. That is unfortunate. Let's see what else comes out. Hopefully something I can do. Oh, I might be able to. No, it doesn't look like it. I don't have the right buildings for it, so I'll have to wait till the next turn. All right, so with my final gold, I might as well spend it on roads. Let's grab all these roads here and see if I can't build things out a little bit. I'm going to place 1 road right here. And then these other 2, I'm just going to make this road longer. All right, so that's going to end the round. I will refresh everything and we'll start the next round. And the AI gets to go first. They're going to take the long road. That's okay. I don't think I need much more roads right now. And so I think I'm going to take this building here. This one's going to cost me, looks like 3. And so bring that down to 4. Placing this building in this spot here. And then I'll gain 2 gears for that. And that's going to give me another population. Next up is the AI's turn. They're going to take all the small roads. Once again, not a big problem for me. And so I'm going to take a loan out now. So I'm going to take this loan. We're adding 2 gold to my current total. But again, I'll have to pay 3 later or lose 2 points. So now that I have 6, I'm going to spend 5 on this tile here. I'm not sure exactly where I want to place this. I just know I want it because of its resources. So maybe I should place it over here. And so that's going to give me 2 green and 2 red resources. And once again, you get to move the population marker up by 1. Now it's the AI's turn, and they're going to have me shuffle again. And drawing the first card, they're going to take the long road. They can't, so they'll take this building instead. And now here's my chance. I have 1 gold remaining. I need to get a monument on the board. And so the choice is between these 2 here. I'm going to go with the Ishtar Gate because the Ishtar Gate can go right here, and that's going to cover all sides of this building here. So that'll be good. It'll be next to a road and a blue building. That'll be worth 1 point. And so here it is. Looks really nice, and we'll place it right here. Drawing a new monument to the board here, the Trojan horse. And this one's easy to place. Both of these are easy to place. So I definitely want to work on getting some more of those white buildings out. Perhaps I should have done that while I had the chance, but there might not be too many left. But we'll try to get those out so I can get both of these going. And so now we're at the end of the round, and we're going to reset and start the next round. See, I told you there's no white buildings there. So I'm not going to be able to build either of these. So I just kind of need to build other things around and just try and build my resources up. All right, so the AI goes first, and they're going to take the small roads out of there. So for my turn, I'm going to spend 4, bringing me down to 3 to build this building, and I'm going to place it right here. Again, you can build same buildings next to other buildings. That is another placement other than roads. So in this case here, this is a legal placement. It's adjacent to at least one space there. That's going to give me 3 grain or 3 food, which is really good. My food was low, and I'll gain 1 more population marker from that. Now it's the AI's turn, and they're going to take that piece that I just took, which they can't, so they're going to take this one instead. Now for my next turn, I'm going to take this tower here. This is going to cost me 2 gold, and I'm going to place it right here. Now it's the AI's turn, and they're going to take the roads. They can only take that one, but they take some. All right, I can't buy anything else, so we're going to end that round there, and we're going to refresh and go on to the next round. And the AI is going to go first, and they're going to take the tower, as well as this building here. Then for my turn, I'm going to spend 1 gold here to gain the small roads. And we're going to kind of build around these cities here, because I need to start, covering these sides, hopefully getting us the points we need. So that finishes off those 2 buildings, so that was worth 2 points. Back to the AI's turn, and they're going to take the biggest building. And then for my turn, I'm going to buy this building here. That's going to cost me 4, bringing me down to 2. This one's going to fit right here. And the main reason I did that is so it was next to a natural resource that'll score me a point. But I also get 2 of the blue resource and 1 of the green resource, gaining 1 more population. Back to the AI's turn, and they're going to take the square one. Now back to my turn, and I have 2 gold remaining. And so I'll spend 1 gold on this road here, and I'm not sure where I'm going to place it though. I should probably place it right here. Back to the AI's turn, and they are going to take this tile. They can't take this tile, so they're getting rid of this monument, which is probably okay. Those monuments were holding me back, so let's see what we get. This would have been nice earlier, but I don't think I'm going to be able to place this one. That's too bad. So I definitely need to try and place this one this next round, or else I'm going to be hurting on points. And so I don't have anything else I can do. I spend my last gold. That ends the round. We'll reset everything and start the new round. All right, so the AI gets to go first, and they're going to take the large road, which is fine with me. It's my turn. I'm going to take this one while I have the chance. That way I'll be able to build the obelisks later. Now the question is, where do I want to place it? And I think I'm going to place it right here. So that's going to cost me 2 gold for that. I will gain a green resource. And see, I'm planning on putting the obelisk there and then there. They're separated by 1 space. It can be in that L-shaped pattern. Now it's the AI's turn, and they wanted that piece. They don't get it. So they're going to take the big piece here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 3 of my gold to pay off my loan. And then I'm going to spend the remaining gold to build the obelisks. So that'll be really good for me. That'll end the round 2, preventing the AI from taking another turn. And so once again, we're going to place them here and here, like so. It just needs 1 space in between. And again, it can go up and to the right, or in an L-shaped pattern if you'd like. So we draw a new monument to the board here. Ooh, the Hippodrome. I might be able to pull this off. Let's see if I can get one of those green buildings out the next round. There's only 2 rounds left of the game. There's 2 tiles in each stack, so we're almost there. And with that, I'm going to reset and we'll start the next round. And the AI gets to start off the next round. Let's see, they're going to take all the small roads out of there. And so the first thing I want to build is actually this building here. This is going to cost me 2 gold. And I really like the placement of this. It's going to fit in this spot here. And that's also going to give me 1 of my blue resource, also pushing my population up 1 space. And so, yeah, that was a really good placement. It was worth some extra points and everything, so that was good. Next, the AI is going to go, and they're going to take this tile here and get rid of it. And so for my next turn, I'm going to go for this tile here. Now this is going to cost me 4, bringing me down to 1. So I'll take this one, and I think I'm going to place it right here. Now that's going to gain me 2 food, giving me 1 more population, and then 1 pottery. My pottery and my gears are really low. I have to be careful with that. They are really, really low. Now it's the AI's turn, and let's see. They're going to get the square tile, and so we'll get rid of that. And then for my final turn of this round, I'm going to get the Hippodrome. And so the Hippodrome goes in a 2x4 area next to a road and a green building, and I can place it right here. And so I'll gain this card here, and then we'll flip over for a new card. The Giza Pyramid Complex. Oh, this one takes up a lot of space, which is good for covering the board, but there's no way I'm going to be able to place this one. So I can't even place either of these. So this next final round, I have to look at covering up buildings and making sure I score everything. I'm already scoring all the natural resources. I just need to cover up a few buildings like here and this building some way, shape, or another, and maybe bringing up my red and blue resources a little bit. And so I will reset here and we'll start the final round. All right, and for the AI's first turn, they of course are gonna shuffle. That was their final card of the deck, so we'll shuffle this here. And so we'll draw the first card and let's see. All right, it's gonna take the small tile here. And so looking at these resources, I'm really tempted by this one. This one might be the one I get because it gives me 4 in the pottery, although that's not enough, is it? Actually, maybe I shouldn't get that one because I was thinking, 4 in the pottery would be great. That would give me 2 population, because it'll push it all the way up to here. I get 2 points for that, but it would only give me 1 other point on my resource gain, but gives the AI a lot of points. So I don't know that that's actually the right call. Maybe instead I should go with this one here. So this one's gonna cost me 4, bringing me down to 3. And I think I'll just place it right here. And that's gonna give me 1, 2, and 3, and 1 in the population. Now it's the AI's turn, and they're gonna take the small roads. And then back to my turn. I have 3 gold left. So what am I gonna do with it? Maybe I should just go for this one here. That's going to cost me all 3 gold. And then I guess the only placement that's really going to help me, unless I'm missing something, it's probably just this one here. I guess it really doesn't matter where I place it. So I'm going to place it here. That's going to gain me 1 of the green resource and 1 of the red resource, and then I'll get my final population. And that's going to actually end the game there. And so first of all, we calculate the AI's score. It's really easy. You add your 3 resource tracks here, and I gave the AI a lot of points. We're talking 34 points here, plus the 3 here. So that's 37 points total. Again, you count the rings here, and this is for the hard AI only. So they got 37 points total, so we have to beat 37. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add the 3 rings here from the population track since I reached all of them. And the way I track points is I use the population track as 1s and the gold track as 10s. So I have 3 points here. And then we're gonna look at our lowest value here, and 10 is my lowest, so this moves up 1 space. So I'm at a total of 13 points now. Next up is our monuments. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 monuments, so we're up to 18. This is not looking good. Then we count our natural resources. We already know that I have them all, but there's 10 total. Again, you only need 1 side of a natural resource covered by a built tile. So I have all those, and that's going to give me another 10. So I'm up to 28 now. And now we have to check our buildings that are covered completely. So they have to be covered on all sides by the board, like the edge of the board, by roads, by rivers, by natural resources, towers, or other buildings. And so this one's covered. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Is it really? I think that's right. That puts me at 37 points. But unfortunately, a tiebreaker goes to the AI. So I lost on the hard AI. The game says in the rulebook, if you score more points than the AI, then you win. Unfortunately, I did not. I scored the same amount of points. Oh my goodness, that was so close. So close. 1 building away. Oh man, so close. And so there you have it. That was my tutorial and solo playthrough of World Wonders by Z Mendes and Arcane Wonders. You'll have to let me know in the comments below what you think of this game, if you've already played it, or what you think of it. I have to tell you, I really enjoy this game. I love the components too. All these buildings are so cool looking. Like the screen printing on them, they just look fantastic. There's so many different kinds. Check out this one here. This is my favorite one, I think. It just looks beautiful, doesn't it? Yeah, so yeah, these comes with some great components. It's just a really fantastic experience. It's great multiplayer too. And so yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think of this game. Please also like and subscribe to this channel if you like the content you see here. And I thank you very much for joining me on Tabletop for One. Have a great night.